What does the fox say?
Welcome to story time. So today's story is called The Runaway Hamster. Yes, The Runaway Hamster. I can just picture little legs running along. So, to set this up, next to our house we had a shed, garage, whatever you want to call it. Good sized shed, really tiny garage. We kept all the tools there, lawnmower, things like that. We couldn't park a car in it. Now, this small shed had a small loft. Now, when I say a loft, it was, you could use a ladder to get up there. It's where we usually stored a bunch of the stuff, junk, whatever. But when you're a kid, that's a lot of space. So we would climb up the ladder, go up there, and just chill up there for fun. We wouldn't mess with the stuff too much, but we would just chill up there and think, hey, this is a cool hideout.
You're okay, Elmer.
Well, I don't think our parents knew that much, because I also, growing up, had pets, like most people. We had iguanas, we had lizards, we also had hamsters. Now, we had gone through a fair amount of hamsters. They're cute little rodents, but they also tend to get a lot of issues. My brother had one, it died. I had one, and it was later crushed by my cousin. That's a whole different story. But, so I had a new hamster. Loved this thing. Loved it. It was so cute and cuddly and furry, and you play with it, and they're tiny. Side note, if you're thinking about getting a hamster, please remember, they are nocturnal. They sleep during the day, and they make a lot of noise at night. Those stupid little hamster wheels are loud and obnoxious. So, I used to play with my hamster all the time, put it into its little hamster ball and let it run around the place. Now, being a kid, I did not always take the best care of my hamster. I usually tried, but it's a kid thing, you know, you sometimes forget, you don't think about it. You try to do your best. They're cute and cuddly, but you're not always great at it. Now, I remember coming home one day from school and thinking, yeah, I'm going to play with my hamster. It's so cool. I've got the hamster ball, and I'm just going to let it, like, roll around, stuff like that. Maybe mess with it a little bit, but I get home, and my mom stops me and says, honey, I need to tell you something. And of course, every kid loves hearing their mom go, honey, we need to tell you something, because it always sounds positive, right? So my mom pulls me aside, kneels down so that she's eye level with me, and with sorrow in her face and sad eyes, she tells me, son, your hamster ran away. It got lost somewhere, it's running around. It must have gotten outside, we can't find it. And of course, being a little kid, it was devastating.
My dog Pongo?
Run over by a carriage.
My goldfish Goldie?
Eaten by the cat.
My cat?
Choked on the goldfish.
That my hamster ran away from me. Did I do something? Probably. Was this something I did? Was it my fault? Did I leave something open? Why wouldn't he come back to me? So, really sad about this and going, there goes all my fun, that poor little hamster. I hope it's okay, and as I'm telling my mom, I really hope it's okay wherever it is, that it's not suffering anywhere. I don't want it to be out in the cold. I don't want it to be starving to death. I don't want it to, be scared, because little hamsters, bug-eyed hamsters, I didn't want it to be scared or having any issues. And my mom said, I'm sure it's probably fine wherever it is. It's out in the wild. It's probably fine making friends with the other hamsters and wildlife out there. We were in a city, so no real wildlife other than birds. I didn't think about that. I just went, okay, thinking that there's some, gang of hamsters out there, or, community of hamsters, that it has gone and found, and that the other runaway hamsters and other runaway pets have all, converged, like you see in the movies, where they're all happy and getting to know each other, and maybe getting back at their previous owners. That's at the point. So I'm thinking, okay, it's joined a whole community of other runaway animals, or animals that got lost, or whatever else like that. Cool. Good for the hamster. So I go downstairs, I clean up its little cage thing. I'm putting all the hamster stuff away, and I even asked Mom, I said, Mom, can I get another one? And my mom looks and says, well, that was the second one you've had. I did not kill the first one. The first one was not my fault. That's another story. Maybe at the end of this. I'm like, can I get something else? Another pet maybe? Because I have a hole in my heart I need to fill. And she said, I will look into it. Later I got an iguana. But, so as I'm putting things away, I realize that my love for this hamster is so rock solid and deep that I am going to find that hamster. I'm going to. So I go over to my friend's house, a couple doors down, and I tell him, my hamster ran away. It's gone. And we decided in our kid brains, the best thing to do was to go looking for it in our yards. So we searched his entire backyard and all around the house. And we searched the neighbor's backyard. Because back then nobody cared if you were in the backyard and you were a kid, we assumed we were playing. I searched my entire backyard. We searched front yards. We searched a few yards. We looked up and down the street. We even, just in case, searched our rooms. Because they were fairly, messy. We searched and searched, thinking, oh, this hamster truly ran away and it's gone. And then came the sad discussion of, well, what kind of pet should I get next? Because, when you've lost something that you truly love, you start looking for replacements. So we started thinking, hey, my mom's going to let me get another pet. What should I get? My mom's rule was, had to have legs. She hated snakes. I'm not getting a rat because those tails are weird. But I thought, I'll look at lizards or go to the pet store or whatever. But I really hope that, my poor hamster is out there and it's okay. Now, the next day comes. And I decide, hey, it's a Saturday. I'm going to go play outside. And so I go into the garage. And as I'm looking around, looking for something to play around with or mess with, I realize, hey, I can just go up into this little loft area and hang out, right? Yeah. So I set the ladder up. I walk up the ladder, and I'm just chilling. In fact, at this time, I think I'd even gotten a snack. So I've got my juice box and my snacks, my chips, whatever, and I'm up in this little loft area, and I'm just chilling. Thinking, okay, what am I going to do now? And what pet am I still going to get? And I happen to start looking around this little loft area. And I see the tools. I see other, blankets or whatever other junk is on the side. It's, somewhat storage. And I look off to the side, and in the back corner is a shoebox. And I'm going, huh. Because if you've ever been a kid and you have a favorite, you think, hideout or spot to be, you know that the first couple days that you're in that hideout, you search everything. You search every nook. You search every cranny. You figure out what everything up there is, or at least you know what's up there and what's around. And I looked over, and there's no way a kid is going to leave a box anywhere unchecked. Not a chance. No. So I look over and I see this shoebox, and it's not brown, it's like a bright orange. So I know I didn't miss it, because no kid's gonna miss a bright orange box, right? So it's not like I looked over and went, oh, a box that I never saw and didn't check out. No, I was gonna check this out because I knew whatever it was a new edition. And I'm like, somebody has put something up here, and I need to know what this is. So I put down my juice box, put down my chips, and I go over to the shoebox. Now I go to pick up the shoebox at first, and it's lightweight. It doesn't feel like there's much in it. I'm like, oh. And as a kid, you always judge everything by its weight, and you're like, oh, there's must be nothing really valuable in here because, gold weighs so much, or, other things would have a lot of weight to them. So I pull the shoebox over to me. I'm like, you know what? I'm still going to look in it. And I start to flip the lid. And yes, you all know what's going to happen, but I didn't because I was a kid. I open up the shoebox. And there's some newspaper. And there's this little teeny ball in the middle. And it's furry. And my first thought was, oh my goodness, somebody left a shoebox up here for a day, and a little, rat or wild animal made a home in it. But then I'm realizing, hey, there's no holes in this box, so there's no way this thing could have just gotten inside itself. So, thinking, hey, I'll figure out what this is, I decide to poke it. Because that's what you should do with every wild furball-looking animal, right? Is let's poke it with a stick or poke it with a finger. Yeah, I didn't even have a stick. I thought, I'll poke it. Because that's always safe. So, had the lid off, and I kind of shake the box a little bit, nothing happens. I'm thinking, okay, either it's really asleep or maybe it's dead because most animals are going to move when you shake the box. And I go to poke it. Nothing happens. Poke it again. Nothing happens. So this time, I try to roll it over. Now as I'm rolling it over, it uncurls. And it clicks in my mind, oh crap, this is my hamster. And it's totally dead. Like the little teeth, like on its back. So I'm realizing this hamster is dead. But this was my hamster. But how could it be my hamster if my parents told me it was dead? Or sorry, that it ran away. It couldn't be dead and have run away. And it wouldn't have run away into the shoebox, because that was another thought of, okay, maybe it ran away into the shoebox. It somehow climbed all the way up here and got into the shoebox, even though that wouldn't happen. And just I'm thinking, that's not even really a thing. Like, how could that have even happened? It clicks, and I thought, I was lied to. My mother had told me my hamster ran away. And it had not run away. It had died. It was dead. So, at least I didn't have to worry about the hamster being, like, out there and scared. It was just gone. So what did I do? I decide, So my mom lied to me about my hamster running away. I found the hamster, which increases the mental trauma. It's even worse now, because now I'm just torn inside. So I put the lid back on the shoebox, and I put it back where it is. And I pick up my juice box and my chips, and I'm slowly going down the ladder. And this entire time, my brain is going, thinking, what do I do with this? And then I realized what I should do with this. So I slowly, sorrowfully walked inside and did the same thing that all little kids do when they get first inside. Mom! Mom, where are you? And of course my mom calls from another room and says, oh, I'm in here. So I sadly, and now I'm trying to drum up even more tears, because before it was like this, but now I'm trying to do this. And I walk in, and my mom panics, obviously, because when your child walks in full of tears, you wonder, okay, are they dying, or are they bleeding, or broken, or something like that. So I walk into the room, and I'm trying to get more tears. And my mom looks at me and says, what's the matter, sweetie? Are you still sad about the hamster? And I said, yes, but even worse, I found my hamster. And you can see my mom, the look in my mom's eyes go from sad to a little bit of like, I'm still acting sad, but oh no, like panic, like uh-oh. And I said, and I'm deciding, I'm using this moment to its advantage. And I said, I found it was dead up in the shed. So why did you tell me it ran away? And as my mom is trying to figure out the best way to say it, oh, well, honey, these things happen, and we didn't want you to feel so sad. Telling you it ran away was easier. And I said, Mom, you lied to me. And as my mom is trying to figure out the best way to say, I lied for your benefit, this is where I decided I'm going for it. And I went, but Mom, my hamster not only died, you lied about it. That hurts me, Mom. So, to make up for it, can I get an iguana? And my mom goes, oh, I'm so sad. Wait, what? I'm so sad about this, but since you lied to me and the hamster's dead, I'm sad and you made it worse, so I should be able to get a lizard. Because I didn't think my mom was going to let me get an iguana. I figured another hamster, and I didn't really want another one, because they die too quickly. So I had said, hey, how about an iguana? And my mom then realizes, oh crap, my kid just kind of played me. So that's the story of how I got an iguana after having a hamster. So, if you were ever told that your pet ran away, or that it went off to a special farm somewhere to play with other pets and to romp happily in the meadows. That's a lie. It didn't happen. It died. And if it was a fish, they flushed it. You just can't flush a hamster. So, but use that to your advantage. Those sad moments. Think to yourself, I am sad about them going, but how can I use this to my own benefit and manipulate the situation? I'm just kidding. But that's what I kind of did from what I remember, so yeah. And hey, I got an iguana and I was happy. It was a cool pet. And they're not nocturnal, so I could take the thing outside in the daytime, and I didn't have to listen to that stupid hamster wheel anymore at night. That makes me sound mean, but it's true. If you ever had a hamster, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, that's what happened. Alright. If you lost any pets, let me know. Maybe you've had a similar situation. I do not recommend hamsters. They are cute and cuddly, and they are great little pets, but the hamster wheel at night sucks. But, alright, well that's it for story time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to click that subscribe button at the bottom. You know you want to, and always room for feedback. Let me know what you think. Have a great day.